There have been a lot of questions asked about whether Melbourne can crack this Penrith defence, and I think they can, exploiting these two areas. Now, firstly, Penrith have the best defence in the league by a big margin, and one of the reasons for that is their cover defence. So in this play here, we see the Roosters create an overlap, and we see right here that Taruva is trusting his cover defence. He stays outside in his winger there, and that forces Tedesco to beat a man to score, which on this play here is good enough to do. The same thing happens here where the Roosters create an overlap on the left side, and we see Brian Toe turn his shoulders out and trust the inside men. So right here, shoulders out, purely focused on Dan Tupou, trusting Tungo to come across and stop Joseph Suaalii on this run. Now again, Joe Suaalii, great ball runner, able to convert on this try, beat a one-on-one tackle, get into the in-goal. Now my worry here is that in previous matchups versus Melbourne, this exact tactic has worked really well in locking up their centres. So we see Jerome Hughes create space, Pappenhausen hits Meaney. Meaney gets this exact same look that Joe Suaalii got, and unfortunately isn't strong enough of a ball runner to get into the in goal and score the tries. What I will say though is that Melbourne are one of the best teams in the comp at exploiting this sliding defence. So on this play here, we see Cam Munster get the ball. He slides across, back rower, facing outwards, looking at Jerome Hughes is coming across here, and he's got a one-on-one with Fisher Harris. He takes advantage of that, cuts through, gets enough of a break to then feed the support line. Jerome Hughes gets into the backfield here. We see a similar play later in the game where Tyron Wishart takes the ball, looks outwards, he notices that Penrith defence sliding early, a couple of guys shoulders out, and takes advantage of the lack of bodies in front of him, cuts straight through, scores a try which actually equalises the game. What I will say though is that in two matchups this year, Melbourne haven't found heaps of success on the ground. What they've found a lot of success with is 3 of their 5 tries have come from kicks, and we see a big height advantage with their wingers here. So Jerome puts it up on the right side. We see Warbrick coming through. He manages to beat Dylan Edwards in the air and tap that ball back to Katoa, who scores actually 2 tries this way in this game, but this is the first one. And again, later in the game, aerial threat of Warbrick is on show. Cam Munster kicks it out to the right, and we see Warbrick climb up. He's too tall, too high up, can't be stopped, flicks it back in. Again, Katoa scores a try. In the game earlier in the year, the same tactics work here. So Jonah Pezic gets the ball, kicks out to Xavier Coates. He likes the matchup, and Coates goes over Brian Toe here, beats the man, sets up Remus Smith for an easy try. To sum it up, if the Storm are going to win this game, it's going to need to be a dominant game for their playmakers running the ball, and we're going to see a lot of high balls going out to Warbrick and Coates over Toe and Taruva. Up the Storm.